Greetings, programs. This is Wretch. Welcome back to Sherlock Holmes, Chapter 1. And in the last episode, guys, we learned a little bit more about the deceased Mr. von Staub. Notably, besides being a complete gun nut, Erich had a very controlling relationship over his sister Magda, going so far as to burn letters from potential suitors and arrange a marriage between Magda and a older but very rich gentleman. So everything we find out about Erich, it's making him less and less of a sympathetic victim. But we are here in the basement of the Blind Dueling Club. We completed all of the rules of the club and basically shot a lot of its members down here. And we ended the last episode discovering what looked to be a secret snack chamber lever. Let's see if I can... There we go. So let's see what that does. What changed? Well, this looks pleasant. Where is this going to lead? More stained glass. And a man with a very fashionable top hat.
Who the devil are you? I won't go down without a fight.
Sherlock Holmes, and if I wanted a fight, you would already be on the floor. Fortunately for you, I'm merely here to ask a few questions.
Is that so? Well, come on, pretty boy. How about I fix that nose of yours? Give it a bit more character.
Enough. Your compatriots attacked me and I responded. They still have their lives, unlike Mr. von Staub.
True. At least you are not a murderer. Fine, you may speak.
So a good portion of the members of the Blind Dueling Club are Prussian. Glass eye, poor sight. Interesting. Ironically, the best shooter in the club. You've got red on you. Red spot, possible blood. Is this the referee? Because we saw the referee had a top hat too. Signet ring, von Kram crest. I believe this may be the men that we're looking for, or at least one of them. Dirt from the old ruins. This is Heinrich von Kram, the head of the Blind Dueling Club. He descends from German nobility, as his rich signet ring attests, and suffers from very poor sight, though he conceals it well. He turned his disability into a strength by becoming the Blind Shooter Club champion, and wears a badge to prove it. Taken as a whole, these traits suggest a confident and prideful personality. His yellow club outfit bears evidence that he was at the fatal duel. The dirt on his knee is the same as at the ruins, and the red spot on one of his sleeves is not the result of my recent fight. Furthermore, his initials match the signature of the referee on the duel oath. That explains his nervousness. It seems that Mr. von Kram knelt at the ground while trying to help Erich von Staub. This explains the dirt on his trousers and the dark red spot on his sleeve, Erich's blood. So, valuable witness or possible suspect. Mr. von Kram may have dirt on his trousers from kneeling to aim at Erich, while the dark red spot on his sleeve could be from a non-lethal bullet shot at him by his opponent. That could be the case, but due to the fact that he has a glass eye and poor sight, we know that that sniper shot came from pretty far away. And we determined that he was actually holding on to the gun case when the shot went off, and he was the one who dropped the case. So out of these, I would say he'd be more of a valuable witness than a suspect.
So you are Mr. von Kram, one of the club's best shots, the referee of the deadly duel, and witness to Mr. von Staub's murder.
Incorrect. I am the best shot at the club. Heinrich von Kram. But how did you know I was there?
Your clothes, Mr. von Kram. The dirt on your trousers confirms your presence in the old ruins. And your jacket features a bloodstain from your attempts to save Mr. von Staub.
That is impressive.
It is merely inferential. Now, a few questions, if I may.
Be my guest. I have nothing to hide.
Okay, this might be a good thing. That's what I've been wondering. Who was the other person? Like, who was the opponent to Erich?
I'd like to speak with the other competitor.
He left the island. Mr. Dorfman was sure that the killer was after him. He is innocent, I assure you.
Indeed, from his position it would be impossible to fire the bullet at such a downward trajectory, but he was a witness. Shame. So, what transpired in the old ruins?
Everything began as normal. The signatures, choice of weapons. I checked it all, and then blindfolded the duelists. Erich stood to my left, and his opponent, Mr. Dorfman, to my right. Before they could begin, the killer fired. And I'm sure it was not Dorfman.
Why are you so sure?
The sound was different. Not a Webley revolver, and further away. The killer must be an excellent shot to hit the heart.
You said the killer was an excellent shot. Do you suspect someone from the club?
Definitely not. No one from the club would break our rules.
Did you or the other duelist see the murderer?
No. The killer slipped away into the hills, so we turned our attention to Erich. Rest his soul.
And neither of you pursued the culprit?
I will not have my character impugned. We had only blank cartridges and a fallen friend at our feet. He was our focus.
That's commendable.
What transpired after the shooting?
I heard Erich cry out and fall. Mr. Dorfman turned and fired at the killer, but I shouted at him to stop and help. I tried to save Erich, but it was too late. He was gone.
Couldn't really do anything to prevent a bullet to the heart, at least the bleeding out. Okay, we have got a lot of evidence. Let's see what he has to say.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. I can't help you with this. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, you know what? We need to show him that he owed Erich a substantial amount of money.
I've never seen this before. I don't know what you're talking about.
You have a nice collection of pistols, Mr. von Kram.
Ah, a fellow connoisseur of firearms. Did something catch your eye?
What caught my eye is a missing Lamat. Where is it?
Ah, that one. I lost it in a bet. A rare failure of mine.
A bet with whom?
That's private, Mr. Holmes, and unrelated to your investigation.
On the contrary, I think it's very related. I guess it would depend on the timing.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. I've never seen this before.
It seems you owed Mr. von Staub a small fortune.
There we go.
A fortune to you, perhaps, but a trifle to me. Our debts ebbed and flowed. In our next contest, there was every chance I would win it back. Erich was too concerned about all that. Frankly, he often lacked the demeanor of a nobleman. His progressive tendencies could be grating.
Can you define progressive tendencies?
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. I've never seen this before. I don't know what you're talking about.
We got a lot of evidence to go through with him.
I can't help you with this. I can't help you with this.
Last year there was a similar incident in which a duelist died. What can you tell me?
A tragedy. I shot too well, and my opponent stumbled from the impact. He slipped and fell down the cliff. I regret it all. I have not participated in a duel since. Instead, I only take the role of a referee and supervise the proceedings for safety. I swore that no other club member would die in a duel. Alas, someone else intervened.
I like how John's just sitting there at the desk observing.
I don't know what you're talking about. I've never seen this before.
As it happens, a Lamat .42 caliber revolver was discovered at the crime scene. You said you were missing a Lamat, yes?
I did, but my Lamat was a .36 caliber.
And you can prove that?
My word is proof enough. If I said it, it is true.
Okay. Is that how that works? Oh. Professor Stoltz. Oh, alright. Don't want to butcher any more German than I already have.
Doesn't appear to be the happiest childhood.
Yeah, looks like something from Bird Box in the Victorian age.
Cecilia von Kram with Heinrich, Cologne, 1864. Mein Wunder. Recordings labelled in Braille.
Your ability to perceive the world can be developed with work and concentration.
Is this because of his glass eye and his poor eyesight? Von Kram family donates 5,000 Thaler to the Köln Children's Hospital. A token of gratitude for your generosity.
How to sharpen one's senses.
It's like Daredevil.
Addressed to Heinrich von Kram and written with a nervous hand. Arrived just yesterday.
Erich, having a von Kram in the position of honorary consul is the only way to earn the respect of other countries. Your name is too small for this state position. My noble Prussian family is the guarantee that the Empire can and will stand above all other nations. H.F. von Kram. Erich's response is written on the other side of the letter. Heinrich. Good grief, what nonsense. Your family line has been corrupted by excess. You are the last and best example of this decadence, this fin de race. A dying breed. Our empire needs better men. Stronger, more modern. Do you truly believe such a superficial person, burdened with debts, gambling in his blood, should be entrusted with the responsibilities of the state? Moreover, have you ever known a cripple to be held up as the figurehead of his country? I am the only legitimate candidate to replace the German honorary consul in Cordona. Spare yourself the embarrassment, and withdraw your candidacy before your weaknesses are made public. E. von Staub. I wouldn't say that's necessarily progressive. That does give motive, though.
A remarkable tool to conveniently enhance anything. I could use one for my analysis.
Can we take it?
Look, Sherry, I'm head of the club.
Yeah, you are. Okay, anything... Oh. You noticed more at the duel?
You and Erich were competing for the position of honorary consul, yes? Quite the title.
We were, but he stood no chance. Only a true nobleman could take such a role.
Difficult for him to contest it now.
So we could just accuse him and call it that. I don't think he did it.
There must be more you can recall from the day of the duel.
I wish. My eyes make me a poor witness, I'm afraid.
Yes, your blindness. An affliction since childhood, one presumes. No scars on your face, and you carry yourself with confidence.
I'm starting to see your worth, Mr. Holmes.
But this limitation developed your other senses and made you an excellent marksman. So, tell me, did you notice anything else?
I do recall a floral smell. Something artificial. It was sweet and fresh and came from the direction of the killer.
Oh, no. The ointment box.
Do you recognize this scent?
Yes. This is it. The smell I noticed at the ruins. Where did you get it? Do you know who killed Erich? Tell me his name.
Heh. Well, that removes him.
I need to be elsewhere.
There's key evidence. Okay, do we have all evidence? Yes. Oh. So I bet we couldn't have gone in there before. We had to work our way through. Oh, I'm not gonna like this. We got to accuse Magda. Okay, where is... I forgot where she is. Ah, all evidence collected. Excellent. Do we have a fast travel? Yes, we do. Good, good, good. Oh, do we need to... Wait. Gotta make ourselves look respectable for the madam. Otherwise that'll be a bit of an issue.
Good day, officer. Miss von Staub awaits you in her boudoir.
I don't remember him wearing a hat. Oh, she's packing. They are getting ready to head out, aren't they?
Going on a trip, miss?
No, I'm leaving permanently. This place brought me nothing but sorrow. I am sorry. What do you want?
I think the time has come to be honest with each other, Miss von Staub. I'll start with my confession. I misled you in our previous meeting. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and I do not work for the police.
What? I don't understand.
In actuality, I was independently investigating your brother's death and came to an unexpected conclusion.
How? Why?
It was not a tragic accident, miss. It was cold-blooded murder. And I know the culprit.
No. Who is he?
Nice try, but as you well know, I'm talking to the culprit right now.
What? Are you out of your mind?
Certainly not. Allow me to explain how you killed your brother.
Ah, I hate these. And we have so much evidence. Okay, missing revolver? No, it'd be the revolver that we saw at the scene. I wish we could go back and look at it and see how many shots were left and then take into account the bullets that were at her painting. But that would be the means, right? That's the murder weapon.
The missing box in your brother's room contained a lamat, the same weapon used for the murder. You stole it to kill your brother.
What? No. Erich was obsessed with guns. I bet he simply left that revolver somewhere else.
Yes, it was left somewhere else. The crime scene. Abandoned in panic. A typical feminine response.
No, I've never been to that cursed place.
What was the window of opportunity? Okay, the window would be... The window would be the duel. That'd be like the... Yeah. It's weird how this is worded sometimes. I get really, like, I always second guess myself on these. It's either that or the blindfolded victim. Let's go with the duel.
You hid behind the wall in the ruins. None of the others present could have killed Erich from that position. Both the duelists were blindfolded, and Mr. von Kram is ill-sighted.
So nobody saw anything? Your imagination has run wild.
Ah, but you forget one thing. A blind man's other senses grow stronger. Mr. von Kram detected a lavender and pine scent. That of your ointment.
You're taking the word of a sightless man. This is monstrous.
And what was the motive? Oh, where's that letter? I think that's probably... Oh, it's either that or the burnt letters. The fact that he was burning them. But the entire thing would be the letter in the first place. That Erich was basically going to force her to marry this rich man to probably give him some more status so he could try and compete for that honorary title. Let's go with this.
It is your brother who was monstrous.
Sick.
He was a tyrant and you could tolerate his abuse no longer.
Living with Erich was a nightmare, yes. But he was my brother.
Now, Miss von Staub, take your time. Tell me the truth.
After our parents died, my life slowly became hell. My brother began to humiliate me. Then he became violent. Each day he'd invent a new punishment. Shut my room, burn my paintings, starve me. And without fail, I would be beaten. All visits were forbidden, all contact verboten. I was his caged bird, his pet.
Ugh.
When we did go out, he used me to bait influential people. He sold me to Mr. Boddington simply to earn a place amongst this island's elite.
Was that not freedom from your brother?
He sold me as a thing, sir. Who do you think this gentleman was? I could not endure more cruelty. Mr. Holmes, I'm begging you. Please don't do this to me. Don't throw me from one cage to another.
Well, I don't know about you, Magna, but I don't see a horrible crime here.
You have suffered enough, Miss von Staub, but now it is over. I will not turn you in to the police.
I don't know what to say. What will happen with the case?
He fell.
The usual. With their typical stupidity, the inspectors will confidently declare the case a tragic accident, and that will be that.
I didn't expect such kindness.
Kindness? No, where the truth reveals injustice, I expect accountability, but in this matter, Miss von Staub, I see no injustice at all.
Thank you, Mr. Holmes. I'll never forget what you're doing.
That was, guilty, and open eyes achievements unlocked. Yeah, that was completely justifiable homicide. And apparently John was very happy with what we just did. I was worried Sherry would arrest the girl despite the horror she endured, yet he proved to have a heart. I hope she can start anew. So do I. Okay. Excellent. We have done our good deed, guys. Let's go ahead and we have the greatest detective. Let's switch over to the classic consulting detective now. And wait, hat? No hat. There we are. Now where do we go? Let's look at our casebook. We still have the sacrificial lamb, the rugged informant, my favorite Croft. I believe this is all DLC stuff. I'm wondering if we should start, like, hunting for some of these treasures. Looks like a lot of them seem to be on the coastline. I wouldn't have the foggiest where to start, though. Well, let's go get ourselves a newspaper first.
Extra! Turning a blind eye. A blind duel takes another victim. Von Staub's murderer remains at liberty. Interested in some Cordona news?
Yes, what a tragedy.
Check the front page. You won't regret it.
Alright, John's diary, consequences, turning a blind eye. A few scant years since the last tragedy, the blind duel takes another victim. After the first accident, many assumed this inane sport of male braggadocio would be retired. Of course, those people underestimated the degeneracy of men. Erich von Staub has been shot dead, and his murderer remains uncaught. The prohibition of this nonsense is overdue, and we should denounce all who romanticize such unruly activity, lest more suffer similar fates. I wish we still, like, took a picture of all the places where they did have duels, and if you went there, you'd actually see them. That'd be kind of awesome. Well, I am not sure what to do here, guys. It's like, should we start making a church tour? Should we go looking for the bandit lair in Miner's End and in Silverton? Because we haven't found any of those. And it's kind of annoying. Well, maybe. Let's see. Would there be anything else at the police station? You know what? Let's go ahead and double check the police station, just to make sure that we are actually done with all of that. If we aren't done, then, you know, we'll have another case. If not, I guess we'll start hitting the DLC content. I have completely lost my way.
I thought he would kill them.
Whoa? What? Kill the boy? What'd you say? What happened to the boy? Fortune teller kid. Oh, was this like his stall? Okay, come on. Back again, please. Oh, sorry, man.
I thought he would kill the boy. I've never seen Giorgio so angry. I hope the kid is safe.
Old acquaintances, urchins, assaulted and chased. Called a liar. Fortune teller kid was assaulted and chased by a furious customer. The man attacked him because the boy called him a liar. New case, street magic. Okay, that might be a good distraction. I still want to go check the police station, though. See, that's one of the things, like, I kind of want to, like, off camera, walk through all of the streets, trying to find, like, the bandit layers, and I bet there's cases here, just like that one, that just kind of pop up randomly. Because this is such a huge play area. Actually, we need to see, is there any more? I don't think we're going to get any more, like, furniture or such. Okay. I guess we should check the crime scene first.
Let's hope no one's been hit by this smooth mineral.
Bum bum but the bum bum. It's probably my favorite Michael Jackson song.
A deck of tarot cards.
This game.
Very popular among street performers.
I love those little puns and jokes they throw in. Okay, I didn't even pay it. Okay, just tarot cards.
The name of the original performer has been replaced with Dilwyn.
Ooh, I like the hat.
Someone has over-egged the pudding with these spangles.
Nonsense.
You know what? Put on the magic hat. I have a feeling it'll help.
It's not actually magic, John.
Well, not to you perhaps, but to a boy, any magician's hat is special.
What do you want me to do, John? Magical prodigy. Dilwyn couldn't have gotten far. Let's hope he's safe. He uses spangles as part of his getup, so I guess we follow the glitter. Alright, well... You remind me of the babe. What babe? Babe with the power. Oh? There we go. Now, are we following the child, or are we following the person who attacked him? I assume the child. They definitely have an excess of sparklies. Cool, calm, and collected. We'll go slow, just in case there's something along the path.
Should have known better than to jostle a police officer.
Hmm? Okay, what happened here? Hi.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
Sir, I can assist you straight away.
Dylan's pursuer bumped into a policeman during the chase and was stopped. The boy ran ahead. So the officer, I guess, didn't really care that the boy seemed troubled? That's kind of on par for the Cordona Police Department. I hope the kid's safe. Ooh, you look like a problem. Glad we don't have, like, random fights here. Aha!
It's all right, boy. You can come out. Your pursuer has been intercepted by Cordona's finest.
I didn't do... Hey, that's my hat you're wearing.
I know it is. I followed you from your magic stand. Are you okay?
I'm fine. You should keep the hat. It makes you look like the amazing Alonzo. He's the best magician around. It never suited me anyway.
Is that so? Let me take a look at you.
Hocus pocus. Okay. Well, I know we're running a little bit long here, but let's go ahead and do an observation. Recently beaten. Baggy old clothes, several sizes too big. Amber beads, a rather expensive trinket. Black smudges, paint or writing ink. Dilwyn comes from a rich family, but wears ragged clothes as a distraction and his bruises as a badge of honor. His keen mind craves a challenge that his school teachers cannot provide. Fortune-telling antics are his only way to stave off boredom. That's bold. And the other one... Dilwyn is a little street urchin, bruised from a life of hardship. He's wearing hand-me-downs and carrying expensive beads that he has undoubtedly stolen. However, he has a keen mind and puts it to use as a fortune-teller. So what would be the best way to... I don't know, both of those... The expensive trinket is interesting. I'm just wondering... That's probably the main tell. And if he had expensive beads like that, I don't really think that he would be showing them off like that. I think he might be a bored rich kid. Rather expensive trinket, paint or writing. And also the paint or writing ink could also be something. Like, all of this is something that he have to pay for. You know what I mean? Like, that's something that he would have to own. So maybe... Man, either of these would work. Let's go with bored rich kid.
You wear your bruises like a badge of honor, a souvenir of your street antics. Your clothes are ragged, yes, but your hair and nails are clean. You're no urchin. This is a rich boy's game, a way to fight off boredom. You made a costume, snuck out from home, and put your skills to the test.
Wow, I guess you do know me.
Clearly. So, tell me, why did you call that man a liar?
Because he is. He told me he's a lord. But no lord has calluses on his hands and sour cabbage stuck in his moustache. He came after me. He caught me with a fist. Nasty bugger.
What did you expect? You embarrassed him in front of his peers and he couldn't admit it. Of course he would lash out. You must be careful how you deploy the truth, Dilwyn. It's a potent weapon, as easily turned against the speaker as it is brandished by him.
Yeah, well, the truth is what people pay me for. I simply notice things others don't. But I think you know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Yes, I can do it too.
It's like looking in a mirror. What do we want to call this? No, it's deduction. We wouldn't say it's street magic. That's a little not Holmes.
It's called deductive reasoning. I happen to be somewhat of an expert in it.
I never knew there was anyone else like me.
Your abilities come with consequences, Dilwyn. To adults, you're a nuisance. To other kids, a freak. You must learn how to blend in. Bite your tongue.
But I don't want to blend in.
Then they will lock you up. The truth hurts, and the bigger the truth, the further men will go to silence it. Be careful how and when you deploy it.
All right. I mean, it was just an amusement.
Yes, nothing like a swift uppercut to really pass the time. Perhaps when faced with the monotony of this world, you will find a place in your mind to explore instead. There is little to gain in idle provocation.
Oh no, we're not going to tell him to join the police. You should return home. You should continue your show. That's a Mycroft answer to return home. I think Sherlock would encourage him.
Don't let this little incident discourage you from continuing your show. The world needs a little magic these days.
Are you kidding? When word gets out, there'll be a queue for me down the street. No way I'm quitting.
Good, but dispense with those cheap trinkets. Your mind is impressive enough. And be careful what truths you tell.
The show must go on. I'll be famous. Just you wait.
Before you go, impress me. What do you see?
You're overconfident. as a way to mask your insecurities. You're more vain than you care to admit. And you notice when people notice you.
Oh.
You act like you don't need anyone, because it's easier to pretend you like being alone than to ask for help. You desperately hope to find somewhere you belong, but you never will. Nowhere, no one will ever be enough. And the truth is, you're terrified. You're too smart and too empty inside. You know how dangerous that is, and you know exactly what you're capable of.
Valiant attempt, but alas, you've missed the mark.
Oh, really? Well, what does John think?
Whoa.
Sherlock, did he just... How?
I don't know.
Find the child. An inquisition. Let's begin. That was pretty awesome, actually. That was a cool little small case. I thought there would have been a bit more to that. I guess that may have been like an Easter egg. Okay, let's go ahead and... Actually, we will wear the hat here for the outro. So you guys got a little bit of a longer episode. And the end of one case and a complete other one as well. Not too shabby. You know, one of the things I may do is look up the cases that we haven't done, because we have the DLC as well, and see where those are and maybe head in those directions. Because if they're hidden all over the city, you know, we want to make the best and the most out of this playthrough. I think that might be the best option to go with. So I may do that off camera and let you guys know what we're going to do in the next episode. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you liked the episode, please leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, that'd be a big help. And we'll see you next time. Later days, everyone.